Hello, my friends. James Larson here on this week's Wealth Report. I've got a very special guest, Mr. Marshall Silver. Marshall Silver is coined himself as the millionaire maker. He's helped many entrepreneurs, a very successful gentleman. On this week, I want to talk to you about the power of association. I had the opportunity to just have lunch with Marshall. I take every opportunity I can to spend time with people that are at a level where I want to be personally, professionally, and financially. So I just wanted Marshall to share with us a little bit about the power of association and how it's had impact on his life personally and professionally.
One of the things that I always have done is that when I was single, I would date a woman and I would always date her as if she was going to be my wife. Because number one, I never knew. And number two, I wanted to practice my social skills. And I think part of what people miss out on the power of association, it's not about what you can take away from somebody else. It's about what value you can give to somebody else. You asked me to shoot the video, and my intention is absolutely, I would love to do that for you. Not only because I want to put my face out there, because I want to be seen associating with you. And I think that that's one of the best things that we can do is understand is that we are the average of the 5 people we hang out with the most. And so you want to hang out with motivated people. You want to hang out with inspired people. You want to hang out with people that are willing to do the hard work, do their regular blogs, do their regular videos, do their communication to other people. Also recognize that it's essential that you figure out who you want to be. You know, I think by happenstance, we end up in a family. We don't get to vote on which family we're born into. I think that most people don't realize we end up in our friendly relationships by happenstance too. And so I think it's important for you to figure out who you want to connect with. Now that said, I think most people are afraid to want to hang out with people better than themselves because we all want to look good. And if I hang out with people that are way better than me, then guess what? It only makes me not look good and maybe even might make me feel uneasy. To that end, and on this note, I wanted to meet Sir Richard Branson. Now my career at this point has been good. I've been happy with it. And it obviously pales miserably when you put it up against the career of somebody like a Richard Branson. Not only is Branson a busy guy, I also knew that if I wanted to have time with him, it was probably going to cost me. And so I found out one day that they were holding a dinner, charitable dinner, and 10 people were all going to pay $5,000 apiece to have dinner with Sir Richard Branson. When I found out about it, I told my friend who was organizing it, if you would pay $25K, I'll pay $25K, and then the two of us can have dinner with Sir Richard alone. And he said, well, you know what, let me check. Calls me back the next day. He said, can't do it. I'd already told some other people that they could come to dinner with us, and now it's not 10 people, it's 20 people. Do you still want to pay $25K? Well, I asked him, I said, how much is everybody else paying? And he said, everybody else is paying $5,000 apiece. Do you still want to pay $25K? It's a charity. Now, a lot of people might have said no. I said, you know what, I've got one condition. I want the seat directly to his right, so that when we're dining, I'm seated right beside him in this table of 20 people. I don't know if you've ever dined at a big table. If you're dining at a big table, you never get a chance to talk to the people on the other end. And the reason I wanted the right-hand seat is he's right-handed. And whether people realize it or not, when people eat, they tend to turn toward the hand that they're eating with. So I knew he'd keep looking at my face and he'd start associating me with good food. So I figured that would work. The rest is history. It was the beginning of actually a massively pivotal moment, not in my ability to enunciate, a pivotal moment in my career though, because I left that dinner feeling, as I expected, really uneasy. He's a multi-billionaire, I'm a multi-millionaire, and I realized that when you start meeting people, you start hanging out with really successful people, it's impossible for you to have any more excuses. Because your brain starts saying, hold it, if they can do it, I can do it too. And so for me, that $25,000 that I invested in one meal, 90 minutes with Sir Richard Branson, was probably the best money I have ever invested in my entire career to hang out with and associate with another person. So if you get a chance to hang out with my great friend James Larson, or if you get a chance to come hang out with us here at the Beach Mansion, Casa de Millionaire 2, or if you get a chance to come hang out with us in Las Vegas at Prosperity Palace, we'd love to have you there. And remember, there's always something of value that you can give. So think about what you're willing to give and not necessarily what you're willing to take.
Stay tuned for another Wealth Report next week, and thank you so much, Marty.
You're welcome, my brother.
An amazing afternoon.
You are loved, and so are you.